Hello, hello, everyone. Every single one who is watching. The 14,
Hello, the stream is live.
the 14,000 people who are viewing us on Reddit.
Yes. Yes.
Dude,
Wow.
With only 7,500 people in the room.
how does it even work? And Jay-Z, that was your question that got 14,000 views this time. So,
Oh, nice. Nice. It was the way you phrased it. You have a good way of phrasing things with a way people can answer the most people can answer positively or easily.
it's what I call scaffolding a question, where you start with fact finding, like, do you have this? And then once they show up, then you go in deeper. It's like I'm learning to scaffold questions. Like, I like Jenna's questions because they were like more advanced, and the responses she got were more like thick and industrious. They're like, oh, kind of thing. But mine were kind of short, and then. But it's good to do a more open question where you get less responses, but they're more open. But then it's also good to do like a big sweep question.
So
We
for
are
those of
doing
you who don't know what you're on about, where are these questions getting posted? Where are these conversations happening?
Reddit.
Reddit subreddit Q astrology. We're doing a Q astrology takeover.
Oh.
Q
Yeah,
astrology. Got
yeah,
it.
it's I remember, Andy, we were talking about this, about like this, you read it in some book or something, the concept of like that somebody takes over an already established community because they're already there, and then
Yeah.
they were just real quiet, but people still are there, and then you just come in like gangbusters and liven the joint up again. And
Yeah.
it reminds me of like how we used to intentionally, like Secret Cock would go, like, that's why I'd show up with like a suitcase of like extremely cheap beer and be like, where's the party? Here it is. You just
I
come.
remember when you did that at Smith College, you all showed up as you're like, Secret Cock is here, and you just like did a takeover.
Yeah.
Dude, I think we should take over Q astrology until we get kicked out.
Yeah. That sounds fun.
Okay, cool.
Jamming on getting kicked out of places.
Well, dude, that's the thing is like if we get kicked off, we just move to another astrology subreddit. Would be my idea. I don't know what you guys think.
Yeah.
But.
Love it. It's very alpha.
Do you know how easy it is to set up your own subreddit? Because
We did set up one, but we only have like 7 followers. So.
See what you do with the drama is like whenever you ask a really insightful or divisive question, is you just drop a link to where your other questions happen to be on your own Reddit and pull them out.
Okay, we can do that. So when we ask a question, we can put our subreddit in the link or something. Yeah. Okay. Well, and Canary's a big computer person, and has Jupiter and Aquarius rising, so we should listen to Canary on that stuff, kind of thing. Canary, am I allowed to talk about your chart?
Yes, always.
Can we cue our banner? Okay.
Oh, here it comes.
Okay. Danger Lookout. We talk about charts here, you guys. So Canary has Mars at 4 Gemini, and I was thinking that when the Mars-Uranus conjunction happens in Gemini and we have our debates, Canary should definitely be on there since he'll be a total savage at that point. So, theoretically.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's good.
Yeah. All right. Sorry, I'm playing too many.
Call it the Birds or Drones episode.
Birds or drones?
Have you heard that? Yeah.
Yeah, I did. I heard that.
I was in like a really fancy Hannaford. I know that sounds weird. It's a grocery store, but it was in a fancy community. And this like little old lady with like tie-dye on, but like fancy tie-dye walked by me. And in small words, it said birds or drones across her chest. Like, where am I?
I'm so online that I've gotten to the meta level where it's not just that birds aren't real. I've seen people arguing that horses aren't real, and it's really fun.
Oh.
Wait, what is this thing about birds or drones?
Birds are a government that you're created by the government to spy on humans. They're not a creature. They are robotic drones. They're spies. Have you not?
Have you ever watched a bird and been like, something's off?
I wonder how the birds feel about this.
Yeah. They don't. They're drones. That's what we're saying.
They're little tragedies flying around.
It's like a flat earther thing. It's like it's a thing. It's a position that people take to make other. It's like a troll position to take of like,
Is it?
So then other people are like, wait, do you really believe that? Do you not believe that? And it's, yeah.
Jay-Z, I know people who are flat earthers though.
I
They
gotta.
really believe it.
This
And
might
I'm
derail
sure
things, but
there
I
are
have to
people
ask.
who believe as much that birds are drones.
If the Earth were flat, how would that affect charts?
Oh, I would make my charts round.
Wow.
I'd make my charts round just to be antithetical.
2 of the people are astrologers, so that I know.
Who are flat earthers?
Yes.
Dude, how would that's a good question. How would that
And
affect
another one of them works for FedEx, which means he uses a global positioning device, like a GPS.
dude? Well, I'm a square earther, so that's a thing.
Octagon.
I'm a cube earther.
Dodecahedron. It's 20 equal triangles.
I'm a you're a D20 earther.
Hey,
I love that.
hey, I want to tell y'all, I wrote a book with the AI helping me, and it's going to be a pocket book, but it'll be a electronic.
What's the title?
It's called golly, it's called A Guide to Living in the Aquarian Age.
Okay.
Yeah.
We all need that.
Anyway,
How do we know
yeah,
it's the age of Aquarius right now?
yeah. Well, what did you say?
How do we know it's the age of Aquarius? Is it because Pluto's in Aquarius?
Well,
How do we know?
I'm just going with it.
Well,
I
you
thought it
could
was when the
feel
moon
it.
was in the 7th house and Jupiter aligns with Mars.
Yeah.
Oh,
Or is that just when it
no,
started?
I don't know. That makes sense.
Hi, Sherry.
That's the fifth dimension. Yes.
Yeah,
Well, we can't wait to read your book, Kim. Maybe we can do an episode on it.
yeah. What I gotta do is I gotta hook up with a certain publishing company, and they only charge 8%, where Amazon charges 30.
Mhm.
Mm.
So I'm gonna try that first, and then see how that works. So
Okay. Well, that sounds like a fair idea.
yeah, yeah. So I'm just right now I'm studying the 12 labors of Hercules, and one of the things it says about Aquarius is that uh, he's accomplished all his task, but now he transcends. Uh, that was according to um, the book writer. He transcends and is able to carry out, or I think it would be like the Venus decan in Aquarius, you know, where we eventually love it.
Nice. Well, it's so awesome how industrious you're being during your hard phase here.
Oh, I'm. It's just a phase. That's all it is. I'm like the Book of Job. I ain't, while the devil and God is arguing and everything, I'm just shutting up and just not saying anything wrong.
Right on, Kim.
Nice. All right, should we talk about power? Let's talk about power.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that's what I was interested in.
All
I
right. So
was I was singing a shamanic power song, and today, and because I really felt really weird. So anyway, don't forget about the shamanism.
shamans are super powerful. Okay, you guys, do we want to talk about alpha, beta, omega first, or do we just want to talk about power in general first?
Power.
All right, power. How do we know something's powerful? I don't know.
Isn't
Or
it?
what is power?
able to do what you need to do at the time that you got with what you got.
It's energy.
Yeah, I
Right.
was thinking that too. I was thinking, Jenna, it's like it's energy plus will, right? So it's an ability to make your will manifest through the focused release of power. How about that?
Ooh, I like that. That sounds good.
I feel
Yeah.
Does
like
it
you
need
would
to be
add in.
focused?
Go ahead.
Does it need to be focused?
Good question. You could have splaying power. Like a grenade with a grenade that goes like this could be powerful.
Yeah,
Explosive.
it's
Yeah.
the intention behind it. That's what all the hermetic and magical books talk about, is to work on your intentions.
I think I want to add in, so there's some a chi element. Like there's a lot of chi or energy or potential in something that's powerful. Like if there's a grenade that's not powerful, it might only blow up like this. But if it's a super powerful grenade, there's a lot of vector force behind the thing.
Well, it could
Right.
be self empowerment is like, the power within.
Right. And see, you have, when you're sick, you just have to conjure all the power you can.
Mhm.
Yeah. So true.
Well, I like what you were saying, Kim, about intention, because I guess maybe that's along what I was meaning with will also is like, or
Yeah.
when saying focus, it's like it's to cause a certain outcome, maybe.
Right. Right. And
So
what's really great is that outcome is not necessarily for yourself, it's for somebody else.
So I'm looking
You know,
it up, and it says power is defined as the capacity, ability, or authority to act, control, influence, or exert force.
yeah. Praise the Lord.
So what's it mean to exert force?
F equals ma, mass times acceleration. It's like you were saying, Andy, though, a vector. It's got to have a direction.
Right.
Oh,
Right.
guys, linear algebra.
Mm.
Let's play.
So the capacity, ability, or authority. Let's talk about capacity first. So something's powerful if it has a great capacity. So how do we know if a person has a great capacity?
I think you can have different types of capacities. Like that person has a lot of emotional capacity versus other capacities.
Intellectual capacity.
Hmm.
So it's natural.
Yeah, astrologers would say that each chart has different capacities, like you're saying, Jenna, and maybe our job as astrologers is to pull out the power of each chart, but or empower each astrology client or whatever by pulling out the capacities of their chart.
Right. And you can find that in the Arabic lots under victory and courage.
Oh, yeah.
What do you guys think about looking at a chart and the aspect patterns as like a electrical power grid, seeing where where things ground from and where things kind of energize from?
I'll agree.
Yeah.
I mean, I
That
look
makes
at that
sense.
chart as an electrical schematic diagram of your aura and chakras. So it's like I see it as where chi is flowing. And like some people have a lot of power in their heart chakra. Some people have a lot of power in their throat chakra, right? Like, so it's like I do see it kind of like that. It's like an electrical diagram of chi flow.
Yeah.
Oh, and when you're talking about capacity, that reminds me of like in the energy equation, it's like a battery, right? So maybe because that's where energy is stored in a battery as potential energy to, go forth. Like you're saying, like maybe a transit or something will release some of the energy that's
Right.
stored in the battery of their chart. What do you think?
Right. In Hellenistic astrology, it's called uh, releasing, release the Time Lord. And so, like, I'm 70, And so, see, it's a period, and it shows up in my 12th house. That's in that Chris Brennan stuff.
Yeah, I think the Time Lord, whatever is the Time Lord of the year, would suggest that that planet that's the Time Lord has more power and
Right.
influence to act while it's transiting.
That's right.
I mean, it's alpha.
Yeah, those are perfections, right? Perfections, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Kimber would love this conversation.
So
Oh, where is it?
she's with her mom. Canary, how would you define a person as having a high capacity? You're a non-astrologer, so what is the non-astrologer take on this?
So when we're talking about capacity, we're talking about like how much power you can flow, like how much power can flow through you and how much you can wield, essentially. Right. And of course, power being, as Jay-Z was saying, or how I would describe it, is the idea of how can you influence outcomes? Like how can you direct the future? Does that answer what you're asking?
That's one answer.
Well, I'm not. You asked me what my opinion was. I'm just making sure I nailed
Okay,
it.
I love the exploration of capacities in a person, because it's like, can you tell a person's capacity just by looking or talking to them once or twice, right? Really, you know how they say readers are leaders? Well, what I've noticed about my friends who read a lot of books is they have high capacity for many topics, right? So you don't even know what their capacity is on a certain topic until we do a show with that show title, and then all of a sudden their capacity on these things. And so, like, we can have multiple capacities in our very being, but we don't know what they are until they're tapped into.
Tapped into by transits too.
Oh,
Ooh.
Canary, do you know what a transit is?
Just to, novice, let's go ahead and check my knowledge here. I guess we're doing a pop quiz. I am assuming that that's when a planet is moving through a specific sign.
Yes.
Okay, that's all I got. That's as far as I got.
Okay, that's a transit, but I think we're specifically talking about when that planet ignites one of your natal planets, thus releasing the potential and power of the natal planet, basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how would that happen?
Oh, go ahead.
Like, how would it happen mechanically?
Sure.
I don't know how. What do you guys? How do you think transits function?
You were right, Canary. Like the planets are moving around the wheel, right?
Right.
And then where your birth chart is like there's a dot for every planet of where it was when you took your first breath.
Right.
So the transits are when the moving planet, the transiting planet, hits the spot where one of the planets in your natal chart was at the moment of your birth. Yeah.
So is this like a Saturn return?
Yeah, so a Saturn return is exactly that. It's when Saturn returns to the point on your chart where it was when you were born.
And
so how does it happen? How does it happen mechanically? I believe now every astrologer has a different understanding of the mechanics and how it works. I believe that transits come in through your dermatomes, which are electromagnetic swaths of tissue. And basically, like when we're talking about your Mars and Gemini, we can see that in your natal chart, you basically carry the potential for inflammation in the throat chakra. That's Mars and Gemini. It inflames this area of the body. So that could come out in a cough. It could come out in like harsh words. It can come out in a lot of things. But what we're looking at in July is this transit where Mars comes back to that same position. You have Mars and Gemini. So that will inflame that dermatome. Like all of a sudden, this potential you have to like say some shit. Like all of a sudden it gets inflamed. And so we want to see you on camera then, is what we're saying. But we think it happens, at least I think it happens electromagnetically through the dermatomes, or in the 10th layer of your aura, there's the etheric layer. And I think the planets like funnel energy down that etheric layer and they come down in the physical body through that. That's what I think, but I don't have proof of that per se.
At some point, I'm going to make you describe my aura to me because I definitely can't see them.
I don't see them. I feel them. I can describe what it feels like, though.
Great.
Yeah.
At some point, I'm going to make you describe mine.
All right. We can do the auras episode.
Yes, next week, because now I'm curious.
All right.
That's we can bring in the internet slang of like farming for aura and see if Gen Z is talking about the same thing you are.
Farming for aura. What's that mean?
Oh, you don't know, like he's got mad aura. It loosely has to do with just, you know, how cool you are. And it's not Riz, it's more like passive Riz. There we go.
What's Riz?
Charisma?
Oh, interesting.
Like, yeah, you got, you know, when you're talking to ladies, you want to Riz them up, right? But aura, you don't have to perform. Aura is just kind of, you know, your flow state of how cool you are.
Yeah.
Well, the WWF wrestlers, when they get off stage, they'll be like, nice aura. They'll say that to each other, which is, I guess, their flow, good flow, or whatever.
I didn't know that.
Do you think someone who's powerful has a bigger aura than somebody who's not powerful?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Their aura extends out further. They have more influence in this space around to a space bigger around them.
Yes.
I'd say that's true.
Yeah.
Have you read Good Omens?
No.
Okay, well, spoilers for a book that's older than I am. But there is a point where a witch is looking at the Antichrist and realizes afterwards she couldn't see his aura. And it's described that she couldn't see it for the same reason someone standing in Trafalgar Square couldn't see London.
Which is?
You're in it.
Oh, you're in it. Oh, interesting. You're in there. Are okay. So a curious question, because 27 people heard you say that I play power games, so we want to know what that means.
27's my lucky number.
Yeah, 27 people heard that.
So we've had a couple conversations where it seems like you have instinctually and automatically moved to reclaim a dominant position, simply based on a comment we said. For example, 2 weeks ago when I was on your podcast, I talked about how I do hug people, but I hug people because it's very important to me. I reserve it for very specific relationships, and that you and I weren't there yet. Your immediate response was to say that, well, maybe I won't let you hug me. And I'm like, that's trying to reclaim a position of power there. And I'm like, all right, fine, you can have that. I don't know why. I'm telling you this is a signifier of closeness, and you're telling me that it's a power move. Okay. So that would be an example of just needing to immediately rebalance the scales of saying, you're not giving me permission to do this thing. I already have this. I'm like, all right, fine.
Oh, that actually comes from a calculation, because I can see where that I was actually reclaiming power, because and there's a calculation for the high desire and low desire partner, which I told you once, which is
Yes,
when somebody has high desire, then they become powerless to the person who's low desire. So you have low desire to hug me, right? And I know it's for some calculation you have going on, but you're like, I will let you hug me someday when it so chooses me, or whatever.
Yep.
And I'm saying, well, I don't want to be the high desire partner in that case, so I'm going to lose the desire to hug you, so that I'm not disempowered in this equation. But that's
Sure.
I don't know that I was trying to maintain. I was not trying to gain power over you. I was going for a power with, where it's like, you don't want me to hug you, and I don't want to hug you, so we're back to like this. You know, that's from a calculation.
Did you know that question was coming?
Yes.
Okay, because I was like, damn, you answered that fast. You were like, let me cite the exact time.
It's funny because I actually thought that was one of the conversations that maybe made you think that.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, because it's an obvious one. It's an immediate reclaiming of power, which is not something that I do. And if you watch, you'll see that I do it. And when you explained to me about the high desire, low desire power dynamics, I immediately was like, yeah, I'm aware of it, and ignored it, because it's not something that I want to get involved in. I can see what's happening, and I've kind of written off that kind of dynamic as giving terrible prizes.
Interesting.
Because, I mean, really fun universal application. Have you ever heard the sentence, play stupid games, win stupid prizes?
Taylor Swift.
When you play power games, you win power prizes. And I don't want power prizes. So I just leave those games as soon as I spot them.
Interesting. I love that you think it's a game. I did have to ask.
A game.
So everything's a game to a gamer. Yeah, I think a game would suggest that I'm trying to move up levels of power, and I actually am trying to equalize and have a power with situation. Like I don't know that anyone close to me would say that I play power games, but maybe they would.
You just told me that you actively are looking to level up in power.
No, I just don't want to be disempowered.
Sure. So my immediate question, what's wrong with being disempowered?
It's annoying, irritating, and makes my chi less strong.
Okay. I still haven't heard what's the problem. Like, it just feels itchy?
Well, I would like to be like, one of the reasons I'm really into time and showing up on time is if people are a late person, that's a power move. It's like, you like, I get to be late, but you have to be there on time. Like, and I'm like, if we both show up on time, no one is power over. We're just like both equally respecting. I like an equal like that.
Okay.
You know what's funny is it seems to me as a third person in this, witnessing this conversation, is that you both don't want to play power games and you have different ways of expressing, of ending it.
Yeah, I just automatically lose.
On purpose?
Yeah, forfeit immediately.
Interesting.
It's like cards down, get up from the table, walk away. I'm not doing this.
Interesting. Did you say you want to run a whole community though?
Yes.
I don't know if you can do that without being powerful.
Correct, but then the question comes, where does power come from? How do you get it, and what do you want to do with it?
I
Interesting.
think if you walk away from
That's an
something, that's
idea.
powerful too. That's powerful. That's a
Yeah.
power move.
Andy, this
It's
is
an
reminding me
idea.
of the conversation from like when we were talking with Ricky and came and you suggested that my Mars move was to walk away.
Oh yeah, you walk away. That's one of your power moves.
It totally is.
Wow.
Kimber's in the chat.
Oh,
Yeah,
hey,
Kim's in the chat too.
She couldn't stay away.
Oh, Shane too.
Kimber, do you play power games? Are we? Can we all play the power game? Let's all play the power game. Can it be a cooperative game though? Isn't that a thing where you all try to be more powerful together?
Yeah, like power with instead of power over.
Yeah, cooperative games. I think in
We gotta
cooperative.
lock arms.
Yeah.
Red Rover.
So
Tic tac toe.
Let's see if my 80s movies reference will work. Do you want to play a game?
Yeah.
I should know this.
I watched the ending of that and I was like, well, that's my whole personality now. The only winning move is not to play.
Yeah.
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 well,
That's
players
an
gotta play,
Aquarian.
man.
Yeah. That's an Aquarian quality.
Lovers gotta love and players gotta play. All right, do we want to talk about alpha and beta and what's all that mean, or
I thought it was interesting because I asked AI what alpha, beta, and omega were, and it said that it was something like alpha is like the leader of the situation, and beta provides the structure. I had never
Right.
thought of beta as providing structure.
So what's fun is that the
Wow.
terms are based on a misunderstanding of wolfpack dynamics that isn't actually real and is mostly used at this point by fanfic people and furries. And that's just really fun for me.
Tell me more.
I mean, do you want to talk about alpha and omega furry fan fiction? Because I haven't delved that deeply, but I got some friends I can direct you to.
Bring them to the chat. No, just kidding.
how do you know if someone's an alpha or a beta furry?
Are you into Dom sub stuff? Because it's pretty straightforward.
Interesting. Hold on real quick.
We're waiting on bated breath.
Yeah, with
I
beta.
was like, is she coming back with a furry costume?
Thank you, JC. If you didn't make the pun, I
my
was
furry
not.
just entered the room, so we got a furry in here.
Okay.
Here he comes. He's my furry familiar. Hi, Merlin. Did you hear us talking about furries?
Now Merlin is absolutely an alpha. Like, I think we can all agree.
He's an Aries. He is an alpha. Aries is an alpha sign.
Even among cats, that cat's an alpha.
I do want to say that astrology could accept the idea that one person could have alpha and beta characteristics in the same chart that are expressed cyclically through the transits. So, for example,
Right.
Jay-Z being an Aries rising with Mars and Scorpio, those are alpha imprints in the chart, but then 4 planets in Pisces might be more beta. What do you guys think of that?
I definitely identify with that because my Grand Cross is mutable, and that's very beta in a lot of places because it will just conform to whatever. It will just morph in. But then I'm an Aries rising too, like Jay-Z.
See, this is an
Also,
alpha
too,
right here. He has to come back if I put him
So
down.
wait a second. Hold on. So I'm an Aries Venus, and one of the very few places that I insist on being in control is in my romantic relationships. Is that connected?
Yes,
Okay.
exactly. Good job. Yeah, your Mercury's also in Aries, and I think you are a verbal alpha. I mean, even if I don't know if you identify that, but you when in a crowd, you will keep the conversation go. Like you verbally are kind of alpha, I think, which is Mercury in Aries as well.
Mhm.
Yeah. At your
he
cookouts,
has
we tend to split into two conversations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, Kim. What were you saying?
he has something to add to the conversation. He listens.
Thank
That's
you.
the way I got a little bit of how much I know him, But the Saturn is a beta planet then.
Debbie, okay? Do you identify as alpha or beta or
Probably a
omega?
beta. Probably a beta.
Do you think that's your Virgo rising?
Yes, absolutely. I have all my mutable angles, plus my Mars is in Pisces. My Mercury's in Virgo. And I could have, I have more inner work that's more alpha, like a more alpha within than without. I'm an introvert. I really am an introvert. So that's more beta.
I think that's a really good point that the strength of your Mars in the chart has a lot to do with how alpha or beta you are. Does that because Mars in Pisces is a
Right.
weak Mars? Do you guys do you agree with that? Strong Mars, more alpha?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't think that being a beta is like not as strong as an alpha. I think it's just it's the same thing as you talk about earth and water or fire and air. I mean, they all have their place that actually support each other. There's a balance. I mean, if everybody's all an alpha in the same room, that could be kind of scary, especially for a beta.
Yeah. Hey, what about Sagittarius? How would you include that one?
Yeah, that's a good question.
That
That's
alpha.
that's a Jupiterian alpha. Like they're
Yeah.
like an enthusiastic, positive alpha. Like they're not alpha like in Aries. Aries is kind of controlling, like more dominant, and Sag is more like
Yeah.
so bubbly as to be alpha. That's just my idea. What do y'all think?
That's my rising sign. That's
Well,
my
okay. So
rising.
can I ask some questions about my chart real quick?
Yeah.
So I'm fairly certain you said Saturn is a very like beta planet, and I think if I'm reading this right, I've got mine in Virgo, and my Mars is in Gemini. What does
Yeah,
that say?
you're okay. I'll let you guys talk.
Okay. What was in Virgo?
Saturn.
I think it's in Scorpio.
Is that? Did I
Yeah.
read that wrong? Oh, ha! Yes. Sorry. Very similar.
We're similar, yeah.
Yeah. Yes, you are correct. My Saturn is in Scorpio.
Oh, really? Mine
Oh, my
is
Saturn's
too.
in Scorpio too.
Let's take it one piece at a time. Let's talk about the Saturn and Scorpio, then let's talk about the Mars and Gemini. So is Saturn and Scorpio alpha or beta, or what's that do to the alpha beta dynamic?
We could also bring up omegas and sigmas.
That's true.
I don't
How do
know.
you define omegas and sigmas?
So have you heard of the Sigma male? Again,
No.
modern internet thing. So the idea, and this is going to come from like kind of incel adjacent conversations where like the alpha male is the big, strong, tough guy in charge, and the beta male is, following and kind of submissive and a little bit sad, but still loyal. The Sigma male is not playing the game, and it's the thing that a lot of autistics, tend to claim or resonate with, where it's like, yeah, we're not, I don't, you. For example, I don't want the throne. I want to be the Grand Vizier. And I don't want to ever claim the throne as the Grand Vizier. I just want to be like, hi, King, here's your taxes, here's your roads, here's your peasants. And then Omegas just follow everybody, like no spine at all.
Debbie.
Can I say something? Okay,
Go
the
ahead,
Saturn.
Debbie.
This is the way I view and experience the Saturn in Scorpio. Just like when you talk about Scorpio in the 8th house and all that stuff, it's like that iceberg. you only feel and see the people on the outside only see the tip. They don't see the underground. And that is where the power is within, underneath, that people don't get to see.
Right. I like that.
I feel like Saturn is a sensitive point where we feel blocked, or I feel Saturn and Scorpios are sensitive to being disempowered. I mean, I'm not saying I'm right or wrong. I've just seen that if we look in the body, it tensions up the hip down here, and it's like something happens. They're like they're kind of, like I am a super Scorpio, so I have a lot of Scorpio, and the Saturn and Scorpios are like it's kind of a clench on Scorpio, but so that would suggest that it's averse to like the chi of Scorpio, but I don't know.
I think that's the visible part that people see. They see that kind of like, ooh, but they're retracting, but they're not really retracting. They're going down underneath, and they're empowering themselves on the underground level that people don't get to see.
Literally what I just said, Grand Vizier. Like, I'm building the roads, I'm collecting the taxes, I'm getting the food to places. You can't run this country without me, but nobody's gonna assassinate me.
I think Canary also has Pluto in Scorpio. Is that true, Jenna?
Yeah, 3 degrees.
So that would be a vacillating chart where some days it's Saturn and Scorpio and some days it's more Pluto and Scorpio. And I feel like Pluto and Scorpio would be more powerful, like on the outward force, and then Saturn and Scorpio would kind of go in. So that seems like a waffling. It has two settings on the Scorpio frequency in that chart that come out on different days.
Is that a Pluto conjunct Saturn? Is that what you're saying?
It's 22 degrees apart, but they are in the same sign.
Okay.
So that would be 2 days later. Like what degree is Saturn, Jenna?
25.
And what degree is Pluto?
3.
Okay, so he has a transit to Pluto. He does and that's talking to the Mars and Gemini. So he's going to have super powerful verbal like attacks, basically. And then 22 or how many degrees later he's going to hit his Saturn? So like that's
22. Yep.
So that's like 44 hours later, then he would retract.
Get squashed. Like that's the thing. Like this seems to me. I was thinking the same as you, Andy. Like first, it gets hit. Like you're powerful. You're really verbal about it. You're out there. And then like 2 days later, you get squashed by Saturn. Throws a wet blanket over all of that and throws you into like doubt and despair.
Energetically, we're not saying it would say it comes from within, because the Saturn will clench from inside you. It's not even from external circumstances. It would be like an internal vibe.
Yeah.
Right. Because mine's Saturn's in Scorpio in the 12th house.
Oh, you too. Okay, so there's 3 people here with Saturn and Scorpio.
Oh,
That's
really?
Mine's 9th house, for what that's worth.
And mine's in my 3rd
really?
house.
In other words, I'm normal.
Yeah.
Listen, that's just
normal.
That's just a dial on the dishwasher, normal. No.
That's nice. Yeah, Kimber also is in on this conversation too about the king and the kingmaker, and that's who has the power, right?
Mini rant, never play the game of Kingmaker. It's a terrible design game based on the War of the Roses. Worst game I've ever played. Took 6 hours and no one had a good time.
Interesting. Harry, just so you know, when we do talk about your chart, I mean, at least I think astrology is as intense as identity politics. Like, we're telling you who we think you are from what we can see, and you get to reject that or accept that. Like, we don't say you have to accept what we see. We're just saying this is what be my delineation of that. And then you can watch it for the transit, though. If you really want to do your research, you watch it on the transits and see how your chi is acting, basically.
Really? Yeah.
You know what might be a really cool thing to look into, though, Canary, is this is a Jenna topic. It's not Chiron. There's a trans-Neptunian object called Maki Maki, and it's right on your descendant. So it's about system consciousness. Like, we understand the context behind ideas, enabling us to kind of play with them. And yours is on your relationship angle. It's just so interesting. Right? Like, you literally talk about that. this whole time, like, you come back to that, like, understanding, unearthing, like, breaking it all apart. So, yeah, that's interesting.
So, Andy, just going back, because I heard the concern there. I have not had this much fun in the conversation since my 40th birthday, when I got the 3 hottest girls at my party to all debate each other over what my Myers-Briggs was in a hot tub. So I'm just sitting there in a hot tub, and I got the 3 hot chicks all debating my Myers-Briggs, and it was really
That's one
fun.
of the fun things about Scorpios is we are dramatic, intensity, depth artists. So we're kind of G-rated here, but not really at all. We're we're like adult education. We're infotainment.
Canary, what is your 4 letters for the
Myers-Briggs?
I am definitely NTJ, but then the debate was whether I was an I or an ENTJ.
Oh my gosh.
The chart would be cyclical and fluctuating on that as well.
I tend to be like extremely NTJ, and then the questions are always like 48%, 52%, one way or the other. So I am right there. It's a great way to mess with MBTI enthusiasts.
Hey, Canary, I'm an ENTJ.
Makes sense.
Yeah, we are so Sims. Okay, let's talk about his Mars and Gemini. Let's get in the hot tub and debate about Canary's Mars and Gemini.
You should make that a segment. It is
a segment. It's happening right now. Okay, so we're in the hot tub, and is Mars and Gemini alpha or beta? And in what ways? Because we have more language about it. I would say, it might be verbally alpha.
In a deep conversation, yes.
Yeah.
But it is conjunct Chiron, so he might not be aware of how powerful it is.
Jay-Z, do you think Mars and Gemini is alpha or beta, or in what ways?
Well, I think in the way of it would bark orders at everyone, it would be a alpha thing,
And it's talking to Pluto and Scorpio, so it is kind of intense as well.
Yeah. So, I mean, leaders have to give orders. Like people, like when you have like a group of people and you want to get somewhere, somebody's got to be like, all right, here, let's all go. Like somebody has to do that. So I do think that that's a leadership alpha quality to have a Mars Gemini.
Right now, not to be political, but Trump is definitely an alpha.
Oh yeah, with that Mars and Leo rising, 1,000.
No argument there. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a bossy bully alpha. That's for sure.
His Mars is Leo.
Yeah. But see,
on the ascendant.
But the thing about it, people don't realize that this man lives like that outside the presidency. He's always into starting something here, closing things down, firing this person, hiring this person. My brother went to Trump Tower, and he says, "Oh, that was a really nice place. They treated you really good." So I look at the personality. I don't look at the politics, because
I actually lectured on the teleological function of Donald Trump once.
Yeah,
I got hired for that. So Canary, I want to dip my toes in the hot tub and talk about you. So I think Mars in Gemini is an intellectual beast. I mean, if we're looking at where is it alpha, it's alpha in the throat chakra, it's alpha in the brain stem, it's alpha, like it's verbally alpha and dominant. And because it's talking to Pluto and Scorpio, it has a lot of chi behind it sometimes. 4 times a cycle, you'll get a transit to your Pluto and Mars at the same time, which you're going to make kind of like throw verbal darts at people. And the thing is, absolutely. And in your form of autism, you say shit. That's one of your
yeah.
And since who here identifies as autistic? Raise your hand.
So, I mean, I got a write up.
I know, but so do we all. But a lot of astrologers are neurodivergent because, I mean, you have to be insane to be an astrologer. But I will say that we wouldn't attribute that to autism. We would attribute that to that Mars and Gemini talking to Pluto, is that it's like when it gets mad, it comes out the mouth. And so I agree with Jay-Z that in the fierceness of leadership potential in your chart, you have a very powerful intellectual brainstem and a very powerful capacity to be strategic and military in your thinking. I mean, I would say that's a beautiful alpha placement with some obviously extreme power behind it with the Pluto and Scorpio.
It's the apex of a yod. Have we brought that up?
Oh no, no.
It's quindecile that Pluto, but it's
Pause.
or sorry,
YOD, the Hebrew letter.
yeah,
Yes.
YOD. It's 150.
Okay.
So quincunx the Pluto, but it's also quincunx Neptune. So using that sextile between Neptune in Capricorn and Pluto in Scorpio, that will energize that yod in a very positive way.
Oh, look, Kimber's diagnosed with autism too. I guess
Yeah,
that's
if you ever want.
5 of us are autistic in this room. So
Autistic is normal.
Wait,
Here.
who isn't?
Kimber, me, Jenna, Jay-Z, and Canary.
So Canary, the yod really does come from the shape in the chart. It really is literally the letter Y in the chart. That's why it's called that.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah.
But it can put so much stress on the apex planet, meaning your Mars and Gemini, that other areas of your life, this is evolutionary astrology, so other people might not believe this, other areas of your life suffer because of that Mars and Gemini being so powerful.
Makes sense.
That's right. That's right.
I have to tell you, Canary, my Mercury is at 2 Scorpio, right on your Saturn. And so I'll say stuff that will really annoy you for the rest of our lives together.
Oh, that's where that's coming from. Okay, good. Now I've got a source.
We can watch it by transit. We can have fun doing our transits together. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. As long as you consent to engage.
What do you guys think about Mars and Gemini being kind of hoey?
Oh, interesting.
What is that?
Depends on how many people are
like a
in
hoe.
the-
Acting like a hoe.
Like a whore.
Oh, gee.
I think it can be verbally. It can like to. It's like a sapiosexual work in the room.
So the thing I tell people is that like it's a very different experience when I'm flirting with teeth versus flirting without teeth. And with teeth is the I actually want you, whereas without teeth, like flirting without teeth is just I just want to make you feel good. And I love flirting with everyone.
Oh, that's definitely that Mercury and Mars and Jupiter. Yeah.
No, wait, actually, you have Pluto at 3 Scorpio, not Saturn. Does he have Pluto at 3 Scorpio, Jenna?
Yeah.
Okay, so he has Pluto's on my Mercury, and it's talking to. Oh man, we're gonna get into it. This is gonna be fun.
Yeah,
but we're gonna have to have a consent to engage, Canary, because if we're gonna have conflictual transits, I don't want to have a breakup over. I just don't. Let's overdo it. Damn.
I'm fairly certain I recently told you that one of my best parts of like relationships is how good I am at repair.
Oh, nice.
If you bother me, you will hear within like 2 days, because it usually takes me a minute to self-assess and be like, was it reasonable for me? Is the degree to which I am angry proportional to the situation? And sometimes I can talk that level down and then repair at the level I feel is more reasonable. And sometimes I'm like, nah, that was terrible. We're not doing that. Either way, you'll hear from me very quickly.
Nice. Well, and one of the things that I think that transits will be really fun for you is that we'll get to watch ourselves go through cycles and repair those after the transit. We'll just say that, oh, that transit was weird. Like, astrologers are really good at repair because we see waves coming in celestially that are influencing. It's like an undercurrent under the situation. Like,
so we're gonna fight next Tuesday at 3 p.m.
Now you're starting to sound like an astrologer. There you go.
I think too, Andy, there is the notion that like everything is temporary, and also there's forgiveness to ourselves and others for having been in that mood at that time, because like that's just the way it is, and like not holding people to like, you did that, so it's you who did that. It's like, no, it's you of that day did that.
Totally. Jay-Z, your Mars is on Canary's Pluto, and Jenna, your Pluto's on his Pluto, if I'm
I know.
At some point, I'm going to have to figure out how to turn memes into pickup lines.
Oh, we'll take you to an astrology conference. You can ask people what degree their stuff is at, and then you compare.
Well, no, because see, what I really want to do is just like work out with one of y'all or a couple of y'all, like what exact chart placements would be great, and then have something like, hey, I see your thing is here. You want to have my Mars on your Venus? Like just, dumb Pickup lines could be fun.
That's not dumb. You should try picking up Debbie right now.
I don't know. She seems too fine.
Oh, wow.
Little nervous.
Too
Canary,
much- You're putting the pressure on. Whew.
canary, yeah, canary. You could.
Ooh,
We
Kim,
lost
you
that.
me.
That's a cool freeze right there.
It's
Yeah,
a really good
totally.
phrase.
You could be a psychologist.
Damn it. Okay, who's the most alpha person in this room?
You could be a.
Jenna, did you say you are?
No, I said not me. I think Kim's internet is the most alpha in the room.
I
Yeah,
think it's the most Sigma in the room. It doesn't want to play the game.
yeah, yeah.
I think it's Jay-Z.
But I
No,
worked on it.
No, you don't think it's Jay-Z?
Yeah.
no.
It's you, Andy.
Whoa!
Everyone's deferring to you.
But my Pisces moon square Neptune is extremely beta.
Okay.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, but your
Yeah.
Pluto, your Libra through Scorpio has
I think it's my Sun Mercury square Mars that's the most alpha. Like that is like, where's my Randy Savage doll? Damn it.
Macho Man Randy Savage.
They call me Andy Savage. That's how alpha I am. I'm so alpha.
Even your cuddle toys are alpha, Andy.
Dude,
Yeah,
I
look.
got Savage in the house.
My closest cuddle toy. This is Francine. Francine is
Aw.
guarding the light
Give
from
me a
my.
kiss, Francine. Your Mars is on my Venus.
Wait, I missed Francine. Where is she?
Hey,
Oh,
Canary, we have a vote that you're the most alpha.
Yeah. Yeah, Kimber's saying that. I think that Canary might be the most verbally alpha. So he's, the most verbally alpha. And Andy, I think you're the most like iceberg, like Debbie was saying, alpha.
I got a lot of chi. It's true.
But no, Francine's just here guarding the light from my router, so it won't keep me up at night. And then just on the other side of this computer is my teddy bear, who I have to figure out how to clean. So at some point, one of you who's had children should tell me how to clean an old teddy bear.
It's
Throw it in
impossible.
the washing machine.
Yes, that's pretty
She's
much
40.
it.
I can't. I don't want to take any chances.
You needed to buy multiple and then swap them out when you weren't looking.
She's my original. I
Oh.
can't.
Jay-Z, are you by the way, I like alpha friends. I'm an alpha who likes alphas. Hey, Jay-Z, are you a Omega?
I would say so, yeah. Yeah. Well, not in Canary's definition of the word Omega, evidently, because his things, he mentioned that they were just ineffectual and
He's very dismissive. I'm sorry for all my Omega friends out there.
yeah, but I consider an Omega like a switch. Like you can take the alpha role if needed, and you can also like step back and let somebody else take the alpha role. I feel like that's more my style.
Yeah.
So
you make a lot of friends like that.
let me jump on your alpha who likes alphas. So my first way of understanding people were different from me was the Enneagram. And I am in the anxiety triad, and I really like eights. And eights are Giga Chad alpha energy. And the reason I like that is because I want to feel safe. And when you're around an eight, the only threat in the room is the eight. The eight won't allow other threats in the room. So it's like, okay, there's only one person I have to track and make sure likes me, and I'm good. I like being around alphas, but I don't want that position.
Symbiotic relationships in nature. Yeah.
Exactly.
So,
Oh, you need to hold this hill? Here's our defensive plan. You want another different defensive plan? Here you go.
So Debbie identifies as a beta. Jay-Z's an Omega. Jenna, what about you?
Oh my God. I have identity issues. So I don't know.
Then maybe you're an Omega then.
Is Omega chaotic? Then yes.
Yeah.
I think
Hey,
your
Jenna,
Leo
you could
Aries
just-
is very alpha. I think you
Really?
like. Well, you're one of the few females who has. You and I don't have any power. Like you and I, your backbone is as big as mine. I felt that when we were together in Boston.
On our pre-wedding honeymoon.
Yeah, before we got married. In our equally backboned marriage.
And then I also accidentally married Jay-Z when I was a priest. I have many spouses.
You're such a hoe.
I know, and my Mars is in Capricorn. Go figure.
Dude,
You left her dress in my closet.
I did. My spouses did not. It's not a small dress. It's like Barbie princess.
At
Kim,
some point,
what are you, an alpha, a beta, or omega, or a sigma? Kim, what are you? No. He's being ultra beta right now.
I'm gonna
Amber was
say
saying-
I'm an alpha. I'm an alpha male, but I can be an empath.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Alpha
In
empath.
other words,
styles.
I'd work really good in the emergency room. You know, in the sense of, hey, just let's do it. You know, don't. You know, I get really PO'd at people that just won't make up their mind.
Hmm.
You know?
That's a good band name, Alpha Empath.
Alpha what?
empath.
Alpha Empath.
Oh yeah. Right.
Well, before we leave, you guys, I have to show you the book, The 48 Laws of Power.
Oh, wow.
Oh yeah, that's a good book.
If you're going to play the game, read this book.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good book.
Here, I'll read one. Let's see. Let's read one together. Here. Play Law 21. Play a sucker to catch a sucker. Seem dumber than your mark.
Oh my God, I do that. Maybe I am an alpha.
You're a power player. You're a power puff.
That's clever, yeah. Because Sam's always like, why do you pretend you're dumb? My husband, Sam, he's like, why do you pretend you're dumber than you are? And I'm like, because I don't want, like, to get in kerfuffles. But I guess that is like a secret power play.
Yeah.
Hmm?
That's a power puff play right there.
But it has an intention or has a function that the guy's trying to accomplish by being a sucker or appearing to be a sucker to get what out of the sucker. You know.
I just want people to be happy, and then I can be like, okay, I'm leaving, bye.
Right.
Oh, I think playing dumb is like, especially if your power makes someone intimidated, jealous, envious, mad. Playing dumb is a total like safety move.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're trying to
Before we
power
go-
with by going down to their level.
Yeah.
I guess I'm a power safety.
Yeah.
Safety last. You know what they say? Safety last.
Hmm.
The safety dance can be my new theme song.
You can dance if you want to. You can take your hands behind. Get in the hot tub. That's all I'm saying. Get in the hot tub. It's powerful in here.
Andy, you should change yours to power equalizer.
Oh, I don't know. I kind of like this power gamer thing. Because I do like to play Magic the Gathering and I do like to win, but I don't care about winning.
Oh, I care about winning.
Oh my God.
I need to win. I hate games I can't win.
I don't. Do you care about winning, Canary?
My first special interest was board games, and the thing I found is most effective way to get my friends to play board games with me is make sure everyone has a good time. So I explicitly don't play to win. I play to make sure that everyone is still engaged. I make the outcome unpredictable to all players, which really pisses off the power gamers because I'm not doing it right. I'm like, no, I'll do a thing that hurts me just because I think it's going to mess up the board. Like, this is going to be fun.
I heard
Oh, yeah, that's annoying.
games recently. The quote was, if you aren't cheating, you aren't trying. And that bothered me
Really?
a lot. But now I'm okay with it because I started thinking that astrology was cheating. Like we're like looking behind the veil, not being human, we're being psychic. And then I was like,
Remote viewing.
it means I'm trying now.
Wait a second. Wait. Why are you saying humans aren't psychic? Wait, that's a weird claim to make.
Well, I just mean like how we're supposed to like be in the 3D and go to work. And
Are you rage baiting us by saying that humans aren't psychic?
Oh my god, maybe I am, you guys. You're cheating if you're psychic.
Oh my god. No, I make emotional moves in Magic all the time. Like I do the wrong thing and it drives like the technical gamers really mad. I'm like, but I emotionally want to make this play, and they're just like, oh god, that's not the right play technically. It's all right, you
Hey,
guys.
Magic.
before we go, to say thank you for the time. It was really a healing moment. I thank all of y'all for being close associates.
we love
Yeah,
you.
good to see you, Kim.
Yeah, Kim, come back next week.
Yeah.
Okay.
Canary, come back next week.
Okay, bye-bye.
All right, thanks for coming, Canary. Thanks for coming, everyone. We'll see you soon.
Thanks, meeting you, Canary. Yeah.